Winner, winner, chicken dinner. This one only needs 5 ingredients. Let's get cooking. Now, as 5 ingredient recipes go, this one relies solely on the spice and the gorgeous flavor that you get from harissa paste. This is a really wonderful North African spice paste that is dark, heady. It's got a sort of subtle spice rather than an overpowering one. We're gonna use this to spice up our chicken, our tomatoes, and some potatoes. These are the core ingredients to this one sheet dinner. And I always love to use chicken thighs because not only are you getting great flavor, but you're also getting that crispy skin as well. We're gonna add to this our tomatoes and potatoes. I've just sliced these potatoes in half. These are baby potatoes, and I would suggest you use these because obviously they're a little bit smaller than regular sized potatoes, but they work really well in amongst all our ingredients here. I'm not being too specific about putting these all in place yet because we're going to rub them with our harissa paste. So we've got some cherry tomatoes on the vine, and I'm not going to overcrowd the pan, but we are going to add about 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 tablespoons of this harissa paste. You want to go heavy with it because it is that gorgeous flavor, and we're not adding too much oil and salt and pepper here, so this is where the core flavor of this dish comes together. So get in there with your hands and give it a mix up just until it's nicely combined. The minute you start massaging those chicken thighs with the harissa paste, you're getting all this gorgeous color, and it's smelling so wonderful even before it's got into the oven. This is now going to roast off in the oven at about 200 degrees Celsius, that's 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And what you're looking for is the chicken skin to have crisped up, those tomatoes to have kind of essentially caramelized and become nice and sweet, but also for the potatoes to be nicely cooked through. We've got a nicely coated chicken situation going on in here. I'm just going to give the hands a quick wash, then we're going to get on some oil and some salt and pepper, and it goes in the oven. Okay, we are in business. A little drizzle of olive oil just going over the top here. And one thing I nearly forgot, which is a really great ingredient to add in here, is a little bit of thyme sprig. So I'm just going to break these in and over the top. They're going to add really lovely flavor as this roasts off in the oven. So just pop them over the top. A little bit of salt and pepper as well. Just sprinkle that over the top. And now the oven is going to do the rest of the magic. It's going to crisp up. It's going to take about 35 to 45 minutes. What you're looking for is crispy skin on the chicken, your tomatoes to have been reduced down, and your potatoes to be nice and tender. So let's get cooking. This is what I'm talking about. The oven has done all the hard work for us. You've got crispy chicken skin, you've got beautifully tender pieces of potato, and the real magic of this recipe is down to those beautiful, jammy little tomatoes, because they've been coated in that harissa, they've sweetened and caramelized in the oven, and they've created a sort of little sauce in the bottom of this. You could, if you wanted to, serve it up with some couscous or some bulgur wheat, or even alongside some salad, but for me, this is a dinner ready to go. It's got the potatoes, it's got the tomatoes, and you've got some gorgeous chicken. So let's get it up and let's get it served. Now, that little hit of thyme, I know it's an extra ingredient, but it really does make all the difference. Chicken and thyme, they're just wonderful flavor friends, as I like to call them. And even a little bit of lemon juice would work really quite nicely in here as well. So there's plenty of options if you do want to adapt this recipe. And that is a dish of food that looks absolutely spectacular. So now, let's dive in and try some. Woo! If you get a spicy harissa paste, you'll get this lovely hum of heat, and that's exactly what you're after. It's gorgeously wrapping itself around that crispy chicken. You've got the sweetness of the tomatoes, which cuts through any heat that you will get from the harissa, and then beautifully tender baby potatoes. This is a real winner, winner chicken dinner, which is the whole purpose of this show. And you can see just how little ingredients you need to create something that's a bit of a showstopper. You can bring it straight to the table. Guys, of course, as always, I will leave the link to the recipe in the box below, which will bring you to my website where you'll get all the ingredients and all the method if you want to make this at home. Of course, leave me a comment and let me know if you're going to try this and what you might do to adapt it. And lastly, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications to be the first to know when these gorgeous recipes arrive. Until then, my friends, I'm tucking into my 5 ingredient winner winner chicken dinner, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.